Hello guys, it's EzraTime here and welcome back to another movie review. And today we are going to be reviewing a movie called Sick, which is a 2022 slasher film directed by John Hams and written by Kevin Williamson and Caitlin Krapp. Um, Obviously, Kevin Williamson, you might know him from obviously Scream, like the dude really created Scream. And yeah, this movie is about it's like a mix between Scream, Friday the 13th in a way, and mixed with COVID, you know, um, because that's the title. It's called Sick, right? So the movie is about a couple of teenagers that got quarantined on a cabin, basically in the middle of the woods. Because apparently they are going to, well, they are quarantined from COVID-19, COVID-19 pandemic. And it's basically just a really short like slasher or like simple slasher movie, because it's only 83 minutes long, right? um and it is a really really fun movie, because again it really benefit because it's a short movie, so like things are keep happening or like keep going once the killer was introduced again, and like I said before, this movie felt a lot like Scream, especially in the opening, where they like have a callback with COVID-19 stuff, back in 2020, because the movie took place in April 2020, and then you got a character named Tyler that basically, shopping in the supermarket, and then you see a bunch of like shelf on the supermarket just like empty, which is like, yeah, that's COVID 2020 for you. Really just for bringing back the memory, huh? um but I feel like that's how it is right now, that I feel like some movies that's like especially today's, maybe they're going to like mention or like using COVID-19 as a way for the plot to moving forward, because Sick is definitely using COVID-19 as one of the main plot points, but anyway, the opening sequences felt a lot like Scream in a way, kind of, I guess, because like in Scream you got Roger Al Jackson, that actually doing the voice, right, which is one of the best opening sequences ever with Casey Becker, right? And then this one with Tyler, the killer is actually sending texts, instead of like calling him in a way. So I guess that's different, but it still kind of felt like Scream in a way, like you got a killer texting you through a phone, and then obviously eventually they stalk you back to your home, and obviously going to kill you, and eventually the killer have a motive, and here's the thing, guys. It's actually, to me, it feels like a Scream movie, but actually breaking some of the trope, in my opinion. Because in the Scream formula, that you got a killer, and then they basically like a whodunit movie, But this movie, at first, felt like a whodunit movie, and there is a mystery to the killer, but it's not exactly a whodunit movie, because the killer basically have no relation to the main character whatsoever, Like there is a reason why they did what they did, which is, if you see the movie, it's actually pretty funny in a way, because how real it was, but at the same time, it's like because it was so real, I was like, I don't know if I'm supposed to laugh, because their reasoning was like so kinda over the top in a way, and of course, again, this is not a spoiler, but the killer's name, again, it's not a spoiler because it doesn't matter, but the killer's name is actually named Pamela and Jason. So, like, come on, Friday the 13th, Pamela Voorhees, Jason Voorhees, right? Wow. Kevin Williamson, man, like, always with that reference, which is fine. It's fun, in my opinion. And yeah, it's a really super fun movie in my opinion, because again it's short and it keeps the movie going, and I like the main character played by Gideon Atlan, uh and like, yeah, she is amazing in the movie, because when she was first introduced, that you kind of get that she's not really care for the COVID-19 stuff, and that's gonna bite her in the back later on, and then obviously when the killer finally entered the house, it was revealed that she was actually a pretty badass character. Like she is actually resourceful, against the killer. And then obviously, one of the best thing about slasher movie is the chase scene. And then it's been a while since we saw like a slasher movie with a chase scene. Even in Scream 5. While I like that movie, isn't any chase scene in that movie, which is disappointing part of that movie. So hopefully in Scream 6, there's gonna be a chase scene in New York City, but who knows? But yeah, back to this movie, obviously, there is some chasing, a bunch of them, and it was like really fun, like you go to one location to another location, and then it all like really felt cohesive, you know, like it doesn't felt force, you know, like when the character moving to location A to B, it actually makes sense, you know, and it's great, you know, because again, chasing, suspense, and just like keep this the again keep the suspense going, you know, keep the killer going, you could say that. And yeah, you know, between the great character that actually really badass, you know, and then obviously the killer motivation that actually kind of funny in my opinion, because I was actually kind of like laughing in a way, like a bit when they revealed the reason. I was like, oh wow, okay, you know, that is too real, but at the same time makes sense, you know. And it's like, yeah, I think people will probably laugh because how, you know, how comical but also kind of serious it was, you know, the reasoning why they did what they did, you know, in the movie. um and yeah, I think this movie just like really a well-made movie. Again, it's like Scream for the most part, and then there is a bit of like Friday the 13th, and I love it so much, you know. And again, the killer name is Pamela and Jason, so there you go. And from this movie, I'm really hoping that I know this movie is obviously not related to Scream, but like it kind of felt like Scream, and it was written by Kevin Williamson. I'm really hoping in Scream 6, I hope that movie can actually break the Scream trope, you know, because if you watch this movie, this movie really break the Scream trope, you know. Like for example, like it's a whodunit, but also not really, you know. And there's something happened in the middle that really surprised me. I was like, oh, like that actually happened. Wow, I did not expect that, and my mind immediately go to like Scream 6, and hopefully they like breaking that trope, you know, in that movie. It wasn't just like the same formula like you already saw in the first 5 Scream movie, you know. So hopefully they do that, but who knows, right? Because it's supposed to be something new, so hopefully it is actually new, you know, while respecting the original in a way. But yeah, back to, you know, sick review then. Well, yeah, I really love this movie in my opinion. I think I'm gonna give this movie I think an 8.5 out of 10. You know, I think this is a really solid slasher movie. You know, it's funny at times, you know, but at the same time, it's also pretty intense. You know, and again, like the first Scream movie, you know, the first Scream is like it has a balance between comedy but also like intense. You know, when Billy and Stu in that kitchen, it was like both funny but also like serious. You know, and really fucked up in my opinion. And you kind of get that sense in here, you know, in a way that you see the formula from the first Scream, but like I said, it kind of break the trope in a way, but and it's also really fun, you know. So I recommend you guys to check it out. You know, it's available on Peacock. You know, it's not exactly available on theaters, which is kind of sucks, you know. But at the same time, I get why they released this on Peacock, you know, because it doesn't seem like a super big movie in my opinion. So they probably just like, well, we could just release it on stream because why not, right? So hopefully this will be do well, and hopefully more people are checking out, you know, because this is such a fun slasher movie. If you guys like Scream and then maybe Friday the 13th, then maybe you love it, you know. And yeah, there is a lot of like COVID in the movie, but don't worry, they don't really like hammer it down in my opinion, but like they really use that for the plot, and it really makes sense by the end of it. You know, it was like, wow, okay, you know, it's over the top, but also true in a way. So definitely check it out, you know. And again, if you guys already watched the movie, then I'm gonna leave a question to you guys. You know, what do you guys think about the movie? Do you guys love it? Do you guys hate it? You know, do you guys think that this movie is maybe too similar to Scream or Friday the 13th in a way? Does that bother you in a way? Because it certainly doesn't bother me, but I don't know. For some of you who already watched the movie, then does it bother you that it has some similar element to Scream? You know, but yeah, and then for those who haven't watched it again, please go watch it. I think it's a fun slasher movie. It's only 83 minutes long, so I think it really makes your time. You know, like it wasn't that long, so you guys can go watch it. You know, and the movie is not boring. Like it keeps the suspense, the thrill going. You know, from beginning to end. You know, there is some breathing moment, obviously from the first act, obviously, but once the killer was like revealed, then yeah, it's just all going from that to the end, and it was amazing in my opinion. So yeah, definitely check it out, guys. Highly recommend it. And if you guys enjoyed this review, then you know, leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the videos, the usual stuff. Become a member for the channel, guys, so you guys can support me even further by clicking the join button below. And yeah, stay tuned for more movie reviews in the future, guys. And again, I really hope you guys enjoyed this movie review, and I will see you guys in the next one. Then, bye.